This is Destiny. I am your nutrition and health coach. I am here on the platform of Destiny Forever Walks to inspire you to your greater and higher version who the Creator God created you to be. Thank you for watching all of my videos, and today we're going to talk about a toxic relationship with foods. Let's dive deep into this information. This is something that you've been waiting to hear. So I'm going to give you 11 signs that you might be having a toxic relationship with foods. And I'm going to tell you also how to address that problem. So let's talk a little bit. A relationship with food should be a happy, very happy one. And as there is peace with things that you like and things that you enjoy doing, then you should have that same type of peace when you're having your most nutritious, your most wonderful foods that you're eating. And that relationship should be a relationship of pure joy. Pure joy of sharing that meal that you're eating, whether you're sharing that meal with friends or family, or you just experimenting with new tastes or new flavors or new textures. It should be a joyful experience that you're really loving. But guys, let me tell you this. However, sometimes you might find that you're in a toxic relationship with food. You're probably like, wow, I never heard of that one. I heard of being in toxic relationship with people. You can be in toxic relationship with anything if it's upsetting you, your lifestyle, if it's setting your health, it's just offsetting things in your life into a different way now, which is causing you to have problems that's coming from that situation. So if you need to find help in order to achieve a healthier and a more positive perspective to eating a more wholesome and healthier diet where you can enjoy your foods with that peace, then changing your current eating habits can be quite very challenging. But we just got to have that mindset that you're willing and you're ready to take that step toward changing it for a more enjoyable and a more loving and a more pure, peaceful way of eating your foods. But it takes time, and of course it takes patience. But guess what? Don't lose hope, because it is attainable. It is doable. Eating is such an important facet of the lifestyle that we're living. And people are like, if I didn't eat, I don't know if I'll be able to live. We all have to eat. So let's eat to enjoy our meals, the joy that the food that we desire the most. As it can influence our lifestyles, the eating styles that we have, it can influence our lifestyles, our social engagements that we are involved in, our personal self-worth, and also it can influence our confidence, our physical health, our well-being, and even the stress levels. So if you're eating and you find that your eating is out of whack, chances are other areas, if you pay attention, other areas in your life, you will find them out of whack as well. So the first step, let me tell you, to recognize an eating order or a toxic element regarding your eating habits, then you're going to have to start paying attention to the times you eat, the type of foods you eat, the way that you are approaching your foods. You have to pay attention to all those different things. And once you address this, then you can then start strategizing ways to develop a more healthier behaviors and more better thoughts toward the foods that you desire to eat and to the foods that you desire to put in your bodies. But the one thing that will give you the key to all of this is acceptance. And from then, it will get so much brighter, and the relationship with foods, we're going to get a whole lot better. So let's jump into the 11 signs that you may be in a toxic relationship with food. Let's start with number one. Okay, number one, you're feeling out of control when eating too much. Eating too much food in a sitting or feeling as though you simply can't stop eating. It can be a sign of a binge eating disorder. And this feeling can wreck your well-being and it can make you feel so uncomfortable. Number two, eating too much or eating too quickly, especially in too large of a portions, it can also contribute to feelings of discomfort. So it's better to be mindful of your eating and the portions and sizes that you're eating, as well as your appetite levels. Don't try to push it and go beyond because it's good, and you still want to keep eating. The more you keep pouring in, no, toxic. You're toxic, girl. You're toxic, boy. You need to watch these portion sizes. And then you need to know when your appetite says enough, it's enough, and you need to quit there. Eating slowly, and while taking breaks while you're eating, and waiting to see if your food becomes suppressed, that will help you to maintain your desire to eat and help you to bring everything back into control. Number three, vomiting after meals, and some people will do that. That's toxic. That's toxic. So if you're forcing yourself to vomit after meals as a habit, it definitely can be a signal of a toxic relationship with food and your body image. Pay attention. Pay attention. That is very serious. Number four, letting food rule your life. And wow. So, if you are so concerned with portion sizes and with all the calories and you counting all the carbs and all that, then you're allowing yourself to miss out on some great social opportunities. And this sign is associated with eating disorder behavior as well as diagnosable eating disorders. Now, individuals noticing their eating behavior negatively affecting their life, they may want to speak to some counselor, a nutrition coach, or your psychologist. You need to get this under control. You need to, like I said, pay attention. Pay attention to what you're eating, to how your body reacts to all that. Pay attention to whether you'll learn that, hey, you may have an eating disorder or something could be associated with this order that's causing a disorder behavior. You need to find help. Number five, eating when emotional. Food is much more than just a source of nourishment. It is a social interaction, something that we should sit down and just enjoy, and something that we need to be comfortable doing. It's a time of joy and pleasure in loving what you are eating. But when food becomes primarily an emotional attachment rather than a source of fuel to meet your psychological needs, you need to revisit the mindful eating philosophy. Go back and sit down again, look at, hey, what you're eating, why am I eating this, how healthy is this for me? Just look at the psychological effects of eating, okay? Number six, feeling guilty when eating, when you feel guilty after eating, that tells you right then, boy, girl, you are toxic. You are toxic. It is an indicator that you need a renewed relationship with food, as it is possible to feel good after every single meal. You want to go, good. You know what I'm saying? You want to feel really good after what you eat, but pay attention to what you eat. Now, I'm not suggesting you go out there and you just go on a food binge and eat every crazy thing. Pay attention. You need to eat wholesome, healthy, nutritious meals. That should be your number one priority. And when you feel bloated, after you don't stuff yourself with all these foods and all these different things that is not good and wholesome and healthy, then that's toxic, baby. That is being toxic to food. Food is meant to nourish your body, not to bloat your body, make you look fluffy and fat and all that. Pay attention. Number 7, cut it out whole food group. Okay? If you cut something out of your diet completely, you are more likely to give in to a moment of weakness and a binge. And you should be looking, because a binge is on at that point. So be careful how you go about cutting out things. Whatever that you're eating, make sure that you get a wholesome, round, healthy diet. Nutritious, wholesome, healthy foods. And I always suggest plant-based foods. Load up on all your veggies. Load up on all of your fruits and berries and seeds and mushrooms and onions and all those good, healthy, and wholesome, nutritious foods. Do not throw out all of those healthy things because you want to eat the way that you want to eat, which is not good for your body. That's going to cause a problem, a very serious problem. This will not only leave you feeling awful, but it's going to also leave you feeling so bad about yourself. But that will mean that you are more likely then to give up all your healthy habits because you feel like you're worthless and that you can't stick to anything. You can do it. You can do it. Reprogram your mind. Change your lifestyle intentionally. And decided that, hey, this is the way I'm going to eat. This is the way I'm going to maintain my lifestyle of eating. And you just stick with it. Number 8. Being fearful to eat can be a sign that a relationship with food is out of whack. Wow. It is so important to feel good about eating healthy fats, eating proteins, your fiber, and your carbs, your carbohydrates. Complex ones, not redefined, okay? Complex ones, not redefined ones. And to allow some wiggle room for your favorite foods and your indulgences, you can do that. But like I said, don't load up on unhealthy foods. Don't load on these poor old diets that you're used to. But it's okay. There's a plenty of great, healthy diets out there that does not have all those crazy chemicals and things in it. And there's great snacks and your favorite foods that you can eat, that you can make them where they're totally, absolutely vegan. If that's a diet that you choose. But the guys, balance is the key. Balance is the key, and the body needs food to function. So I always say you eat to live and you live to eat, to be in your more healthy and wholesome self. Number 9, being hangry between meals, skipping breakfast for a longer sleep in, or waiting too long meals often makes us humans. We get crabby and cranky. So it might seem like it's cost effective or an easy way to diet, but this type of habit of skipping meals or waiting a long period of time before you eat again, it causes harm, very harmful, and it becomes our habit. And it brings destruction to your body. A hunger episode leaves you feeling guilty and gluttonous. And when you wait too long to eat or you skip a meal, your metabolism is just going to slows down to conserve the energy. And as a result, guess what happens then? Your body can also start to restore those meals as fat. So often that this habit is more likely to lead to weight gain. And you will not be losing the pounds, you'll be gaining the pounds, okay? Number 10, hiding healthy. No, you're hiding your eating habits. And a lot of people, you can tell this is toxic. When you got to go run and hide food because you don't want people to know what you're eating, how much you're eating, how frequent you're eating, that is toxic. Hiding eating habits. So if you're constantly hiding your eating habits or you eating in secrecy, it could mean that you have a very toxic relationship with food. Feeling comfortable around others and food is important. You should feel so comfortable that you can sit down with anybody and share your food or eat in front of that person without feeling that you gotta hide the foods that you're eating. So feeling comfortable around others and food is important for a healthy relationship with others and with a healthy relationship with ourselves. And the last one, number 11, fantasizing about food. Some people sit up in the middle of the school or whatever they're doing at work, and all they do is fantasize. They seeing this, I can't wait till I get to this, I can't wait till I eat this. They're fantasizing about food. If you're doing that, boy, you're doing that, girl, you're toxic. You toxic girl, you toxic, you're toxic. Stop fantasizing about what you're gonna eat. If you're constantly fantasizing about food or you planning your meals with keen details to calories, restrictions on certain things, and your diet rules is overwhelming, then this is a sign of a poor relationship with food. And that was number 11. So if you're doing any of those 11 things and any of those 11 things has a control over you, the way you eat, you're a toxic girl, you're a toxic boy. So let me conclude this. You're a toxic girl, you're a toxic boy. Let me conclude by saying this. Transforming your relationship with food from toxic to healthy is a process, not an event. I'm saying everything, it takes time, but you're going to have to put every foot and every effort forward to accomplish and achieve yourself eating a more and a wholesome diet. Each day you're moving closer toward becoming more nutritious with your foods that you're eating, the planning of your foods. So, transforming your relationship with food from toxic to healthy. Remember, it is a process and it's not an event. It takes time, guys, and it's definitely going to take dedication. And if you notice any of these symptoms that I just listed in this 11 category here that I just mentioned, if you notice any of these symptoms, if they apply to your lifestyle or your eating habits, then it's important right now for you to seek guidance and you start your path towards better self-discovery, toward better self-love, toward better self-acceptance regarding food and your body image. Having control over your life, having control over the foods that you're eating in a healthy fashion way is only going to boost your overall happiness and your love. But let me tell you this, you can break that toxic addiction to foods. And that's all I came to say. Guys, thank you for sharing that with me. I will see you in the next video. Namaste. Continue. Eat healthy. Eat to live. And live to eat. And live to be your healthy, most wholesome, and healthy being that the Creator created you to be. Let me give you a little note right here, right quick. I always use this as my thumb rule. If you want to know what you should be eating or the foods that you should be eating or putting in your body, go to the Bible. Genesis, the first book in the Bible, chapter 1, verse 29, when the Creator said He's given us seeds and herbs, all these vegetables and plants. That is our food. When He talks about meat, go do your research. Go all the way back. If you got to search back to biblical terms of that word meat. It does not mean animals. It means food. Okay? Genesis chapter 129. I will see you in the next video. Namaste. Continue to have a beautiful, healthy, wholesome lifestyle. This is Destiny. I will see you guys at the next video.